Hey, Stampers, Diane Divich here with ddStamps.com. And I do think I'm lagging a little bit behind tonight, so it might have some trouble only because there's a storm brewing in. And it just makes me afraid that I'm going to lose some of, yeah, see the door even opened. I'm always just afraid that I'm going to just get my connection disconnected. So hopefully I'll be able to stay on and keep everybody on. If you're having trouble hearing me, or if it's like jerky, I guess you call it, my voice doesn't match up with what I'm saying, that is just the download and the upload speed, depending on my connection and your connection. Afterwards, this will be recorded, and so then you can go back if that bothers you. I know last time somebody had some real issues with it, and so it is recorded each time I do one of these, and the recording is the same link that I sent you, so you can always watch it at a different time. To start off with, I want to thank everybody who helped me get to Alaska. Last week was the Stampin' Up! Incentive trip to Alaska, and I took my husband and my son and his fiance, and we had a fabulous time. It was absolutely unbelievably gorgeous. We got sunburned, which everybody says is unbelievable in Alaska. We got fog one night, but we were at sea, so it didn't really matter because we wouldn't have been able to see anything anyway. Other than that, the weather was fabulous. We went whale watching, saw porpoises. We call them dolphins, but the gal next to us said, I don't think they are. They're probably porpoises. So look the same to us. Didn't see any bears, but that's okay because we have those in our own neighborhood. But it was fabulous. If you ever get a chance, go to Alaska. I would go back in a minute. We got to see Skagway and Juneau and the Tracy Arm Fort Fjord, I think it's how it's said. It was unbelievable there. It was so pretty. We kind of came in the morning and went down this long kennel with big, huge mountains on the sides of us. And then when we got to the end where the glacier was, we just kept going around 360s very slowly in the big, huge boat. But it was a blast. My husband loved it. He didn't think he'd like cruising, and I kind of chuckle now because I'm not sure. He's going to go on every cruise, I think. Probably most of every incentive trip that Stampin' Up! Gives now. So anyway, thank you for that opportunity. And yeah, it was great. So cool. We are going to go ahead and get started. I've got a couple things to show you tonight. As always, I talked to you a little bit about your download and upload speeds, and so you can change that on your YouTube. If you're on YouTube or if you're on Facebook, you can change it by just not monkeying with this little gear here. I am going to be watching for people's questions too. So if I seem kind of out of it, I'm just making sure I'm catching everything for people. Down here you have that, oh, I just lost it. That little arrow down there where it says auto refresh comments. If you're typing in a comment and it automatically refreshes every 90 seconds. And so if you're in the middle of typing up something and you hit refresh, it's going to go away. So make sure that you've got that unchecked when you're typing, and that will help so that you're not in the middle of something. And then I think that's it on this page. And then questions. I did have somebody ask me, I sent out an email today about Virtual Club to people, and I had some people question what that was all about. And so I just want to go over that quickly, and then we'll get started. And if you have questions, remember, you can ask. I see I can be seen on, it looks like people are able to hear and see me on Facebook and on YouTube. Yeah, Elaine says you look rested. And that's a good thing considering the holiday catalog is happening. It is happening, and it's very exciting. I am very rested. It was great. Denise went on an Alaskan cruise last year and then spent 4 days in the Denali. Oh, that's awesome. Cool. Cool, cool, cool. Yeah, it looks like lots of people are on. That's great. I'm excited. As I've said in the past, if you have questions, you can comment on Facebook down in the YouTube area for discussion or on my website. And I can check messages as I'm sitting here, so I will be able to answer them. Okay, so my virtual club, I did send out, like I said, I sent out a email this morning about it. And basically what the virtual club is it's a club where You get online workshops just like I'm doing now. You get a step-by-step tutorial for placing your order with me. It's a great tutorial. On your birthday month, you get a free gift plus free shipping on your birthday month. And then my virtual club is a 6-month commitment, so it's $25 per month for 6 months. And then after that, you get the hostess benefits for whatever it was that you placed an order for. So let's say you placed an order for $25 for every month for 6 months. You had $150 in orders. You would get $15 in free product, like you were hosting the party. And it could be a hostess set. Or if you place a $50 order for 6 months, that's $300. You would get $36 in free merchandise. And that also could be used as with hostess sets. So it's kind of a great way. There's a button. I placed a button. I don't think it's on my website, but I placed it on Facebook and I placed it on YouTube. And I will add it onto my website. But actually, there's one up above. It says Virtual Club. You can join that and be a part of my club. And if you have any questions, give me a call. I hope that makes sense. It's just a way to place your orders on a budget and still earn some nice free products and some great gifts for me. So that's Virtual Club. I'm going to make a quick run around, see if anybody has any questions. It doesn't look like you do, but I do have people from all over. Good. I did end up sending out, I sent out a list to Stampin' Up. They send out my holiday catalog. So this is the holiday catalog. I'll show you the front cover. That's all I can really show you right now. I do have some of the products that I could probably show you at the end if anybody is interested. It's great. I sent this out to anybody who placed an order with me in the last 6 months. You will be getting one of these in the mail. It's not even available until September 1st. So we're not gonna really deal with this too much, but I will tell you that a little bit of tidbit of information. The designer series papers in here, every single one of them, absolutely gorgeous. Embossing folders that I'm going to show you something tonight because I love it so much. I have to show you early. Anyway, some great fun stuff for the fall holidays. And actually even some stuff in there for like summer or spring. I guess fall, spring, summer. Anyway, there's some great things in there. So you will enjoy that. And I will be doing more of these. A couple of things. Just before I get started here, I just want to run through Stampin' Up specials this month. I don't want you to miss out. So Paper Pumpkin, if you order Paper Pumpkin by August 10th, so today's the 2nd, so you got another week. If it's your first time, you can get your first month at 50% off, but please use that promo code BLOOM0818 to get the Paper Pumpkin, your first one, 50% off. And then Stampin' Up is having bonus days this month. And bonus days are for every $50 that you spend in product during the month of August, you will earn $5 off anything you order in September. And that just comes right to your email. And you get a bonus coupon for every $50 you spend. So that's kind of a nice little deal. I think I got everybody's questions answered. That's awesome. Maybe. I'm sure my neighbors are probably wondering who I'm speaking to. Oh, Jana has a question. She re-inked her stamp pad just the way you showed us with an old credit card, but my stamp kept acting odd when I tried stamping. It had bubbles of ink on it and didn't stamp well, or I'd wipe it off and retry. Same thing. Help. Okay, Jana, if it's a Stampin' Up, I think she's on. I'm going to answer this one, but then I'll send her a message also. You probably have too much ink on it. And the other thing is Stampin' Up has reformulated its ink with a defoaming additive in it because people were having issues with it bubbling up. So what I would recommend you do, Jana, is I will contact you and we will get that ink pad exchange for you, get you a different color if it's a Stampin' Up one. And just make sure that you get a new refill for it so that it's not the refills that are foaming up. Sometimes I think what happens is we get carried away cleaning our stamps. This is what I found. I put Stampin' Mist or cleaner on something, and then I scrub away at my stamps, and I don't always dry them, and then I put them in the ink pad, and then I've got suds in my ink pad. So be careful of that too. That's could be another issue. So let's hope my camera works. I'm going to head on over. I don't know if I missed any questions. I think I got everybody. Yeah, there is a new stamp set bundle that I'm going to actually work with tonight. In fact, I'll pull that up. Thanks for reminding me. Here, I thought I was all prepared. So the Color Your Season set it's stamps and framelits, and then they also have a new set of watercolors. And I'm going to actually play with this tonight, show you some things with it. It's great. It's a great little set, and I think you're going to enjoy it. This is what they have on special. And I will tell you that this month, this is only available during the month of August, and it's only available while supplies last. So if it sells out early, it sells out early, that there's no more going to be made. So let me just tell you quickly. So this is the Blended Seasons Clear Bundle. So it's the stamp set and the framelits. And then this is the wood. So it comes in clear and wood. You can also just get the stamps separately, or you can get the framelits separately. And I'm going to talk about the benefits of just the framelits because they don't necessarily have to have the stamps that go with them. And then this is a new set of watercolors that's adding in some of the colors that we have added into our line. So it's a new watercolor stamp set. So yeah, those are on sale as of today, and they're still available. But Stampin' Up! Did tell us they were only going to be available while supplies last, and then they're gone. The watercolor inks, they said may show up in another publication, which means that they probably are going to be in another publication because it is their colors that are going to be current. Okay, so let me show quickly. This is the stamp set that I'm talking about, Blended Seasons. So these are some great stamps. You can see how big they are. This big old flower, that's a big stamp. And this is really fun to use. I've used it mostly with the blends, the markers that I love, but it's a great set. It can be used for all year round, and as I show you some card samples today, you will see that. So that's that. And then the framelit set, I kind of wish I had cut this out so you could actually see, but these are framelits. Can you see the double stitching? So right here that has a stitch, and then a cutting line, and then a stitch, so that when you cut it out, you end up with a stitch line around the edge where you cut it out, and I'll show you that in the sample I have. So you get 3 frames, which actually could be used for a lot of different things. You have all these little pieces, so you got some vines and some flourishes, a bow, a flower leaf, a scalloped leaf. The only thing in this whole framelit set is that coordinates with this is actually the bell. So you get a framelit to cut out that bell. Other than that, it's really two separate things. But these framelits are awesome. I'm going to use those tonight. So I'm just going to show you quickly on this card. So this is just one that I did with the blends, which are the great markers. And it's very, very simple. It's a very simple card. It's very flat. I did add some dimensionals to it just to give it, but you can see the stitching. See that stitching on that die around the edge. And it just is really pretty with all that coloring on there. It just really made it pop. And then this is one that was a sample that Stampin' Up! Had done, and this shows that stitching. You can see it on the outside edge. So I cut out the inside with the framelit, and then it leaves a frame with the stitched edge. So you really have no garbage, no scraps. You use them all. You use everything. And again, I colored these with the blends, lots of different colors. As you can see in some of these, I don't know if you can, but I used yellow with the bolder colors. And this I used yellow with the pink colors. So yellow just added a different dimension to it, I guess you could say. It was just kind of fun. Now tonight's I'm only going to use 2 different colors. These are the ones that I really love though. So these are cards that I made, and I stamped the image actually twice, and then I trimmed the flowers. So I cut the flowers, and I mounted them right on top of the other flowers. Now you could do this however many times you wanted, but I just did the same flower on top of the same flower. Stepped this up a little bit more, and I added it with dimensionals. But I like that look. I liked it so much one day that I just stamped a whole bunch of images of the flower, and then stamped away with all different color of my blends. Again, this one has yellow in it too. You may not be able to see that, but so don't just always stick with the same colors. I have a tendency to stick with the two blends that coordinate. So these are both lovely lipstick, and I have a tendency to color with just two colors. But I was really trying hard to go outside my box, and I added in yellow, and yellow is a really good color to add in just because you're seeing yellow in a lot of things. That was Heather, and then this is another one that I did. I believe that this is Calypso Coral, and it also has yellow in it. So I loved the sculpting of those flowers, and it was really fun just to do a whole sheet, cut them all, and then play with them. Another thing coming out in the new holiday catalog is more colors of blends. So we're getting Blackberry Bliss, which is, I'll show you what we're getting because I got them today. I haven't even taken them out of the wrapping yet. So we are getting, this color is Crushed Curry. No. Mango Melody. Shaded Spruce, which is awesome. Cajun Craze. You can always use more colors, right? Real Red. I did find it interesting when the catalog came out and there was no Real Red. Now there is. Blackberry Bliss, which is our favorite color around our house right now because my son and his fiance are getting married and her colors are Blackberry Bliss and Smoky Slate. And then Basic Black, which I was kind of excited about that. I can't wait. Like I said, I haven't opened it. I'd like to see the difference between the dark and light black. So I might have to pull that one out tonight and play with it a little bit while I'm on live. So what I did with today is I took just some markers. I keep putting everything away, and then I need it. And this stamp set. So I'm going to start with the big flower. And I've actually got clear mount stamps, so I just mount them onto clear blocks or use my Stamparatus, which I'm actually surprised I'm not using because I love my Stamparatus. But I had it set up for a friend of mine who was doing a bunch of stamping on some cards, and I just haven't got it all the way yet. Okay, because I'm going to use my blends, I'm going to go ahead and use my Memento ink pad, which is black. One of the things I did want to talk about tonight was, you know, just because I get in a rut and I always use black, you do not have to. So the Stampin' blends will work with any of our classic ink pads, so you can start your base out in any color that you want. You want it to be espresso, a brown, or a gray. So don't get caught up in always having to use black, because that's what I do. So I'm going to go ahead and just show I'm going to show quickly on this. I'm not going to color a whole bunch because that can get kind of boring for people. But I'm going to go ahead and use lovely lipstick. And I like to start, personally, I like to start out with my lightest color. And I lay down a thing of color. I'm going to leave a little white highlight. And bring this one down here. I stay in the lines. But you know, if you don't stay in the lines, that's what you can use the clear marker for, the color lifter. So I don't know if you can see it, but I got a little bit of lovely lipstick right here. And if I just go and kind of push that color, it took that lovely lipstick and removed it. It kind of pushes it back into the area of the flower. And then I'm going to go in with my darker shade of lovely lipstick. And I'm just going to add in some color. And then to blend that, I'm just going to go right back in. And sometimes I like to use my point, my bullet point, just blend in right over where those colors come together. I'm going to go over my highlight. And if I still want it to be lighter, come back over with this color lifter, and you'll see when you go over it, oh, it took some color away from that. Oh, it did. This I just need a piece of scrap paper. I'll just grab it here. Just color it off. So that's how you use them. They're not hard to use. They play with them because they're pretty easy to use. what I did with this card that I made earlier today, I stamped that, colored it all in. Okay, so this is the same card. And you can see that after I got done coloring it all, cut it out with the frame. And then what I did is I just attached the frame onto my card. You know, I put this piece back on my card base, and then I attached the frame with the dimensionals. But before I did that, I tied a piece of ribbon in that same color, which is, you hear the thunder? Woo, call me Clover. So if I lose you, I hope I don't. But there's a big storm. So anyway, really a fun, beautiful technique. Looks pretty simple, pretty easy. The next one that I did, I'm not going to show this one either because I just did basically the same thing. I stamped this one. I used the exact same colors. And what I was trying to show here was lovely lipstick and Color Me Clover not only work for a fun summer card for a wedding. We got wedding on mine around here. Or for a really pretty Christmas card. And so this is that same frame cut out. You can see the stitching. And then I added a layer. And the layer that I added on here is the cable knit embossing folder. And I just cut it down to 4 by 5 1/4, ran it through the embossing folder, and then added it to the cardstock. What I like about this technique is that it just looks really nicely framed, and that texture isn't on this side of the card. So let me open it up. Does that make sense? I hope it makes sense. And then I just added this with dimensionals. Really fast and easy, but using the same exact colors for those two cards. So that's kind of what I was going to show tonight. I really wanted to show how versatile this set is. There's wheat, there's leaves, this big thing of leaves, and then there's all those sayings. So it's really a fun set. I'm going to set these aside because I am going to be sending those to somebody tonight. I'm going to go ahead and I want to see what light basic black looks like. Really dark gray. And then I'm really glad they got this because I kind of was thinking we needed a black. And black, right? And then I'm going to come back in with with my lighter color and blend that together. And something when I blend, let's see. So you can see where it goes light. Actually, I can do this. Really see how it goes from light black, which is kind of weird, to dark black. If I wanted it darker, just add more dark. So cool. I'm going to look forward to having those. Okay, I am going to run and see if anybody has any questions. So I'm probably not going to run because I don't run. And then when I come back, we'll do a little. We'll do something with the watercolor pencils. So I'm just going to flip the camera. Hold on. I always have a fear when I do this that I'm going to come back over here and instead of flipping the camera, I'm going to hit stop broadcast. And then you guys, I'd lose y'all. I am going to make a quick run around to see. I don't know if I have any questions. But it is storming in Michigan too, Betty says. Did you fussy cut those flowers? Okay, I'm going to tell you what I did. So I did not fussy cut those flowers. I have a brother cutter. So on a stamped image like that, I can stamp it on paper and then send it through this cutter. I scan it and then it cuts it. And so I did that with those flowers. So I wish I could tell you I fussy cut them, but they wouldn't be as even around as they are. So, oh, Lindsay's here. Cool. Hi, Linz. Stitch does look like the top note die. But I love the stitching part of it. So, okay, looks like I got. Oh, I forgot to check my website. Sorry. I'm having a hard time today remembering that part. There we go. Oh, we got a few. Diane, all my ink pads are Stampin' Up. Okay, Jana. Yeah, it was a rose red. Oh, it was my rose red one. I'm going to try other colors and see what happens. I'll reply to your email tomorrow. Perfect. Sounds good, Jana. But I will tell you that rose red is no longer in our color line. Sorry, but we can change it to a different red. And Martha is in New Hampshire watching. And one more. Anita is in Orange, California. Cool. Okay, so I'm really checking the storm out because I don't want to lose this. Oh, Wanda has a scan and cut too. Yeah, if you've got a scan and cut, start playing with it because it is fun. Wanda, when she put her order in, she couldn't get Blackberry Bliss blends. That's because they're not, Blackberry Bliss is not available until September 1st. So I showed you the catalog, right? Okay. Patty asked if I think the Brother Scan and Cut is a good purchase. I'm going to say yeah. I've had it for several years. I've never actually hooked it up to my computer to update it. I just use it. Basically, I just scan stuff and cut. Sometimes I will even scan in like my designer series paper. I'm going to show you tonight the designer series paper, some of it that's coming out. It's perfect for the scan and cut. I think it's going to work great. A friend of mine was here yesterday, and we were doing the animal outing designer series paper through it and cutting it, and it was great. So if you don't have one, look into it. I know I did a retreat a few years ago out here, and it was when I first got it, and I first was playing with it. And we all laughed because I think I sold, I think I didn't sell because I don't sell them. I think people purchased, I think there were about 10 to 12 purchased right here out of Red Lodge, which is pretty incredible. I kept thinking that the company should have called me. But it's fun. And sometimes I use it a lot and sometimes I don't use it at all. This particular set lended itself well to using it. Look online. It's from Brother, Julie. It's a Brother product. Sue considers it her expensive pair of scissors. That's one way to put it. Okay. So let's see where I am. Oh, wait. Oh, yeah, I want to go back to the camera in the back. And she got it from Amazon, so check there. Thanks, Sue, for the update on that. Sometimes Home Shopping Network has, hi, Diane. Martha, Annie is from New Hampshire, too. Anyway, sometimes Home Shopping Network has it, I guess. Somebody else said. So check out Amazon. Check out those other places. Okay, now I am going to get a fresh piece of cardstock here. And this time I'm going to come in with my stays on. And I don't know if you guys joined me last month, but last month was the first time I opened up my new stays on. And I have to be honest with you. I love the smell of stays on. Even though it says use in a well-vented area, I do love it. I'm going to go ahead this time and I'm going to do an image with these leaves for this stamp set because I want to show you the new watercolor colors. So the colors that we're adding, so we have watercolor colors in the big catalog, and now we're adding in Cherry Cobbler, Fleur de Flamingo, Cajun Craze, Crushed Curry, Granny Apple Green, Garden Green, Coastal Cabana, Balmy Blue, Night of Navy, and Gorgeous Grape. So what they did is they're just adding to our other colors to round out our color palette. I'm going to stamp these leaves with the stays on. Now I do keep the stays on the plastic thing, and I do use it to cover up, to keep it on there. One of the things, here I'll show you something I just learned. I did it before. Let me see here. Here we go. Looking for a dimensionals. So what I'm going to do is I don't want to lose that little plastic thing. So if I add dimensionals onto this and pull them off, put my cover on, then when I pull my cover off, that clear plastic is going to stay inside my cover and I'm never going to lose it. It's always going to go back on my stamp pad. Does that make sense to people? Hopefully that will keep it fresh forever and ever and ever. Okay, now I haven't used these yet, so I don't know if you're like me. This is like my favorite time of year. I love to go to Target or the stores. We have a dollar store here in town. And I like to look at school supplies. I always have. I always will. So I haven't used these yet. but I'm going to bite the bullet and use them tonight. So I'm going to go ahead and use some cherry cobbler. So I'm just going to go ahead with these watercolor pencils and just add, so you can see I'm just putting color on where I want. Nice thing about watercoloring, it's very forgiving. Put this all through the middle. So you can pretty much go to town and it's not going to look bad. It just isn't, because it's watercoloring. Then I'm going to go in with a little Cajun Craze. And I'm going to make this side kind of similar. You'll see the magic when I'm going to add in this Granny Apple Green, which has become one of my favorite colors. Which I didn't think so the first time I saw it. I actually saw it, I must have saw it at some kind of an event with Stampin' Up! Before it actually came out. And I was like, oh, that is green. And it's funny now because it's kind of one of my go-to greens. I love it in the blends. This is really going to be a fall card. And I hate to do that because to me, it feels like summer just got started and it's already August and the school supplies are out and the kids are starting to talk about going back to school. But anyway, fall's going to be here before we know it. So, okay, so once I've done that, and this has a lot of color on it, I'm just going to take a blender pen, or I could also take an aqua painter, but I just use regular cardstock. So I'm going to use a blender pen because regular cardstock doesn't hold up to water as well. And then you're just going to like weed it all up together. And you want to be a little careful because you don't want your browns to, or everything to turn brown. So I'm just going in, just see how I'm just hashtagging in there. And then I'm going to hashtag it out. And it kind of blends, fills in your areas. But getting water on these watercolors is the key. And then you just have to take a scrap piece again, and you just take your blender pen and wash it out. But you can see how you get that. You just get a real watercolor look. I use a lot of color in there. Here, I'll just sit here and bring my work. So watercolor pencils. There's a new addition to our color line. So you'll get, you know, how many are in here? 10 new colors to add to your other colors that you have. Now, I'm going to show you quickly, if I could find them. What I did with my watercolor pencils is I just added them into a clear case. They came in a box like this. I just added them into a clear case. So these are the colors that I had before. These were ones that were in a kit. So I just hung on to those. And you'll see that these won't fit in there yet because this fits. So I'm probably going to use a wood case and add them all in together when I'm ready to decide that they're done. It's just crazy. But let me tell you what I was really thrilled about with this whole thing is my absolute favorite color of all time, Coastal Cabana, came out. Watercolor pencil. Love that color. So that is my all-time favorite color, Coastal Cabana, and it's back. I love it. And I love that it's back in watercolor pencils too. And blends, which are my favorites. Here you go. It's pretty. So it just changes it up a little bit when you add color to it. I'm going to come back over here in the hopes that everybody is still on. Ah, Jewel did that with her stays on too. Yeah, I think it's just a great idea. I think in the past I've used like the clear dots, but dimensionals I think work better because it's got a little bit of foam cushion in there, so it will keep it snug. Okay. Julie just said she ordered the watercolor pencils yesterday, but after everything she's seen with the stamp set and framelits, she's going to probably have to get that too. Well, it's pretty cool. Oh, you can blend your, I want to blend these with the Wink Estella pen. Absolutely, Julie. That is what, I should have done that. The watercolor pencils are really cool done with the Wink Estella. So not only do you get the blend, the water effect, but you get the glitter effect too, which is awesome. Okay. I think I might have missed some questions. Oh. I'm just going to quick look. Can't read my phone. Great tip about fixing the stays on top. Oh, hey, it was a great tip that was shared with me by another demonstrator. So that's the wonderful thing about Stampin' Up! And demonstrators is we like to share with each other. So somebody just posted up on my website. Let me see. Cheryl said that you can get the Brother Cutter on Home Shopping Network with the Flex Pay, whatever that means. I'm not big into the, oh, I have a whole bunch. Did you hear that thunder? Ooh. The name of the cutter was the Brother Scan and Cut. And like I said, mine's an old one. I've had it for many years. It's going to be just fine. Somebody, Sylvia, will the StazOn harm our photopolymer stamps? Okay, so it will stain them. StazOn will stain your stamps. Don't use StazOn cleaner on your photopolymer stamps because that's the part that's going to do something. I use photopolymer and StazOn stamps together. I do, but I clean them right away. I just don't clean them with the StazOn cleaner and realize that your stamps are going to get stained. And as far as I'm concerned, my stamps are just tools that I use to do what I do. And so if they get stained, they get stained. I hope that answers your question. Okay, Diane, I don't have any of the Stampin' blends, and I can't afford to buy the whole set. So my question is, what colors would you recommend that I should start with? Marie, I would start with, if I were going to start with my blends, I would start with a red and a green and a yellow. Because that's those three colors, you're going to be good. It's good to have the two shades. So it's good to buy them as a bundle where you get the light and the dark. Although they're all $4.50 no matter. Lee, that's exactly what my mom and grandma used to tell us about the angels are bowling. That's awesome. Anyway, and I told my kids too. Anyway, so I would start with those three colors, and then just add into your collection as you're going. They're, you know, when you can afford to. Yeah, Elaine said just the key is with the StazOn is just use it and clean them right away. Okay, so just add in your blends as you can, but start with your basic colors. So pick colors that you like. Look at the color list. If these are the colors that you like, this happens to be lovely lipstick, and Call Me Clover. And I'll be honest, I would not have put these two colors together. I don't know why. I thought it would be way too bright, and it wouldn't be a great combination. But I got these while I was on the cruise from one of my uplines, and so I came home to play with these two colors together because she had put them together. And then when I decided they were great Christmas colors. It makes a really easy, fun Christmas. So find two colors that you like, and two colors that you like will probably go great together. Okay, let's see where I am here. So that is the special. Oh, this is my August tutorial. Did I do a? Oh, that was that. Okay, never mind. Okay, so my August tutorial uses Tropical Chic, which is one of the new Stampin' suites that's in the big catalog, and uses a lot of different techniques and some colors in there. It's a great tutorial. It's got actually 4 panels that you make, and then you can take those panels and make it either a home decor project or put them into cards, and you'll get the products to do all of those projects. So that's exciting. There's this is what I used in my tutorial, which is the Tropical Chic, and then these framelets or thinlets, and that is a bundle you could save 10%. So that's great. A couple of more card ideas using those same sets. They're just different than the tutorial that I have for you, but these are actually, I believe, in the catalog. Okay, I'm going to come back because I'm going to go back to my table. I'm not done yet sharing. Oh, trying to figure out how to get back there. There we go. Okay, so I'm going to head on back here, and I'm going to show you a couple more things, especially things from the holiday catalog. So I wish I could show you the inside, but I will show you how well loved mine is. Mine came all the way from Alaska, and then was on a plane with me. And I've looked through it, and today I got some stuff that I ordered. But I wanted to show you a couple things. We got some stuff when we were in Alaska. So this is one of the new embossing folders. I just love that swirl. I think that is so pretty. And then this one is the corrugated embossing folder, and it's a thick, one of our thicker embossing folders. So when you put it through, you only put it through with one plate. But it does corrugated paper. And then this one, as you can see, wait till I show you what I did. I actually embossed these. This was my absolute favorite one. And it looks like a tile ceiling. Tiles, tin tiles. But these are, isn't that beautiful? It's just the detail of it. I've actually done it on gold and silver, and we will have a galvanized paper in the Christmas catalog, which I think will be pretty. But once you've done this, then you can take your ink and you can stain it. Some people were sanding it and then adding just a little bit of ink to make it aged. But I just think that this embossing folder is my absolute all-time ever favorite one from Stampin' Up. I think it's going to be a huge hit. And I would tell people, if this is one you like, I don't know if it'll go into the big catalog, but I'm afraid they're going to run out because that is beautiful. So not available till August, so don't get too caught up with it now, but just a fun set. And then I'm going to show some of the papers that I got. I wasn't all gung-ho for this Halloween paper until I saw it in real life, but these little witches are adorable. And then you get black cats. And look at these ghosts. They are the funniest faces on them, as you can see up close. Those little tiny ghosts are awesome. And then purple, I believe is Blackberry Bliss, which is our favorite color around here. Then we have our pumpkins. I just think this paper is really fun. And all these little witches' brooms, those are adorable. It's going to be fun. I'm going to look forward to, I think I'm going to do some scrapbook pages this fall for you guys, just because it's a great time to start scrapbooking. So this is one of those pieces of paper that I just thought, oh, yep, I love all these little cauldrons. I think those are great. And then the green dots. And look at the witches' hats. How cute is that? Even if you're not into Halloween, it's cute paper. And the frogs. Love that one. With the new bat punch that's in the Christmas catalog, and I love this one. So these are great because even if you're not into Halloween and you get this, the other side of the paper isn't necessarily Halloween. So you've got your stars and your dots. Okay, maybe brooms are Halloween, but so you can see where you can use the papers for different seasons. They don't always have to be that holiday. Then there was this one, which I loved, which was called Joyous Noel, and it's a specialty paper because it has foil in it. Wait till you see this. So you can see how shiny that is. It's got that copper foil. And then the spruce, I love that. This one was one of my favorites. And that too has the foil, so you can see how shiny those are. It's beautiful. And then this is on the other side. Very nice. Look at this one. Look at that. And then it's just beautiful. These would make beautiful Christmas bags. Oh, they'd be just gorgeous. I'm going to make some. Well, I hope I find a whole bunch of time in the next couple of weeks. If you find any time you want to give me, go ahead. Let me know. Again, the stars on this are copper. And your deer. And then on the back, more snowflakes. There's a really cute snowflake ringlet. And then this one has berries that are copper. And the back of that is the spruce, which I love. Then this is a vine that's copper. Look at that. Oh, beautiful. Okay, so I'm going to make Christmas bags, Christmas cards. I'm going to be going to town. Like I said, if I could just find, I don't know, maybe 12 more hours in every day, I could do it all. Oh well, let's just take it out of plastic. Okay, so these are real life pictures. A Christmas tree and bells and an ornament. And then you got your polka dots on the back. And then this one is light bulbs. Isn't that cute? And then we have our polka dots. And this just has, oh, pine cones on it. That's pretty. And then these are stars. And the stockings, which are, look how cute they are. These are that cute bags too. Yeah. Another evergreen with decoration, just 2 different ones. I like them both. Both seem to have different colors highlighted in there, and then a stripe. And then this one has poinsettias, or poinsettias, however you like to say it, and then Christmas balls. So these are fun because they're realistic, realistic colors from the realistic photography. Okay, so I wanted to show these. I know that some of you saw these the last time that I met, but this was the tutorial I sent out in my newsletter with my newsletter a couple weeks ago. This technique, and I love this with the folds. And then this week I made this card when I got home because I bought these little wobbler things. They're kind of nice because they go flat to mail, and then when they come out, it won't wobble. And I actually cut these items, the birds and the gecko. I cut that right out of the designer series paper. This is a stamped image, but then I cut those out to add to my card with the scrap that I had. Hopefully, I'm going to go back over. Let's see if I'm forgetting anything. I'm sure I am. I know that there's probably a lot of things I forgot to share tonight. But I'll check and see if anybody has any questions. And yeah, that paper, that Halloween paper screams Scan and Cut. Although that paper, that particular product suite comes with a stamp set that coordinates and framelits. So you will get some framelits that will cut out some of those witches. Not all of them, because some of their hands are different, but there is a framelit in there that coordinates with the paper. I found that little spring. It was called a wobbler, I think. And I found it on Amazon. They're called wobblers. And actually, it's a double-sided tape. It's got, no, it's not. It's like a plastic spring inside of there, and then it's got adhesive on the back of it and adhesive on the front. It is made for cards to do that with stamped images. So but they're called wobblers. Yeah, Joan Kincaid is placing an order tomorrow. There's so much she wants. I know. I'm not kidding. This holiday catalog for me, there's a lot of things that I probably won't use. Somebody will love them, but the things that I love, I absolutely am enthralled with. Yeah, if it's not working, restart on Facebook. I got my wobblers at Amazon. Oh, I got to check my website. Darn it, I always forget that part. Okay, so we're getting close to the end. So if you have questions, now would be the time to ask. Perfect. How many do you get in an order? You know, those wobblers, I ended up ordering 100, but you could order, I think they had packs of like 10, 25. I got 100. I don't know. I think they cost me 100, probably cost me like $30, and that was with shipping. But I'm going to split it with somebody else. So I just thought they were adorable. And I think with those little witches or the kettle for the Halloween stuff, that would be cute. Do you see the puppy? Is she in here? Oh yeah, she's back. She's back over there. You can see my room is a mess. I keep thinking I'm going to get more time and it's going to get all organized and I'm going to start putting stuff away. And then I come in here and make a bunch of stuff and make a big mess. Okay. So I don't see anybody having any more questions. I'm going to move on to the next part here. Let me do a little screen share. Okay, so hostess code. talk a little bit about the hostess code. So if you're placing an order with me, one of the things that I do, everybody that places an order with me gets my free monthly tutorial, which is the Tropic Chic tutorial. Everybody gets that. If your order is over $40, then I send you, at the end of the month, I place an order for all of the supplies to make the products that are the projects that are in the tutorial. So the designer series paper, the embellishments, the ribbons, the cardstock. I order all that, I split it all up, and I send it out to anybody who placed an order of $40 or more with me. And then you have, not only do you have the products, but you have the tutorial to work with. And then if your order is over $150, I tell people, don't Stampin' works for yourself. And I'll still send you that tutorial. So it's all how much where your order is. Make it's for it costs me each package, and so there is going to come a time when I'm probably going to have to up that a little bit, and this is just kind of a fair warning. I haven't done it yet, and I don't plan to do it yet, but probably as I look into my business, and I just want to make sure that I'm not totally giving everything away. So I might have to up that to, I don't know, $50. But right now it's $40. You get that goodie packet. And like I said, it's lots of fun products. Okay, so door prize drawing time. We are going to have a door prize tonight. And I actually picked a number earlier. Oh, that's awesome that you can see the trees whipping around. Oh, yeah, you can. Yeah, we have a big, huge pine tree in the neighbor's yard that is really rocking and rolling. But the sun it's kind of weird. The sunset looks kind of strange. It's probably absolutely gorgeous. I'm just not out there to check it all out. Okay, Vince looked up the wobblers, and they're 48 wobblers on Amazon for $18.49. So yeah, that's about what I paid. Good job, Vince. Thank you. Oh, and Rose Bell says they're called Action Wobble, and they come in a small size too. Really, I would have preferred the smaller one. So I'll give you that little tidbit. Mine are, I'm going to come on screen for a minute. My wobbler backing is about this big around in here. And I actually had to cut it down for something I was doing. So I would prefer I would have preferred the smaller ones. I didn't know they came in 2 sizes. I knew nothing about them. So thank you for that little tidbit, Rose. And thank you, Vince, for checking into that. The wobblers. Oh, I sound like I'm in a tin can. Sorry. I might have to do something about my microphone. I'll have to talk with my son and see what we can do. Yeah, you can see the trees back there whipping up. And they're actually really protected back there because they're between 2 houses. So, okay. So, door prize drawing. There goes another thunder. Door prize drawing time. There is a link in Facebook. There's a link on YouTube, and there's a link on my website. And the form looks like this. Holy mackerel. Marie Harding is in Canada, so they are $6 each for wobblers. Ouch. That's expensive. Okay. Anyway, fill out your door prize form. I will tell you I picked a number beforehand. Everybody's name goes into a spreadsheet that I check while I'm here tonight. And just checking to see if I had any questions on. Nope, not yet. Perfect. Wanted to make sure I didn't miss something. Okay, so everybody fills out a door prize slip, and then I pick a number beforehand, which the number was 53, and that person, who happens to be Wanda Bailey, let me get your name down here, Wanda, is the winner for tonight. And she gets to choose a stamp set that I've got here, and I will show it to you as soon as I get there. we go. So Wanda is the winner. Wanda, you get to choose one of these stamp sets. I've got 4 choices, so I think these are pretty good choices. And what you need to do, Wanda, is send me an email or a message on Facebook. You can send me a message on Facebook, or you can send me an email at diane@ddstamps.com. You'll have to send me your address so I can get this sent out to you. But you have your choice between Pressed Flowers, Springtime Stroll, Heartfelt Blooms, or Hand Delivered. So any one of those stamp sets is yours, Wanda. You just need to send me your address. And I have to do the card drawing. So what I'm going to do is I've got several cards here. I've got these 2 that I made, showed you how I made here tonight. And then I've got another one using the same stamp set. And I'm going to ask a question, and the first person to answer it on my website, YouTube, or Facebook. So wherever you are, answer the question as fast as you can down in the comments section. And you will be the winner of one of my cards, and I'll just pop it in the mail to you. So the question is, while I was using the watercolor pencils, I said, this is my absolute favorite color of all time. What was the color? The first person to answer right on all 3 of those places, you only have to be at 1. So there's going to be 3 winners, 1 at my YouTube, 1 on Facebook, and 1 on my website. They will get a card from me in the mail, and that is your prize. So now, oh, I did want to show one more thing. Well, while you guys are doing that, I just want to go into Stampin' Up! Website. So if you're on Stampin' Up! Website, I don't know if you've been there or not, but once you're on the website, you have the opportunity to shop on here online by just clicking shop, and then you can sign into your own account. But Stampin' Up! Has on here all the different things that are going on. So we've got the bonus days, we've got the limited time products, we got the Paper Pumpkin special going on. If you have an account, just sign in, log in, and then now I'm logged into my account and it's connected to me. And if I decide to place an order, so I will place an order for this, and I'll add it to my bag, and I will continue shopping. And then I decide I want to add 1 more to my bag, and then I want to view my shopping bag. It's when I get to my shopping bag that you will see this is where you apply your hostess code, right in here. You just put the code that's in there and hit apply. Now, the other thing I wanted to show for people that if you're shopping online and you want to make sure that I am your demonstrator, you just click on my account and then click on my demonstrator, and it will come up who your demonstrator is, and whoever that demonstrator is that's in there, that's who you're shopping with. If you want to change that, you can find a new demonstrator, and then somebody you already know, or if you need help finding it. So it's really easy. The other thing I want to show people is under your profile, if you move for any reason, you please come in here and change your address, because every time you move, if you place an order, it's going to end up going to, the skies look really weird, sorry. If you place an order, it'll go to your old address. So check your address every time you move and make sure that you got it going right. Now I've got a P.O. box, and then I've got my shipping address because we don't get mail at our home addresses. We have to go to the post office. So that's why I have 2 different ones in there. So when I send out packages and things, you know, if you have a post office box, go ahead and put that in as your mailing address. But then always remember that I need your shipping address to place an order. I hope that makes sense. I just wanted to go over that real quickly because I've been having a couple problems with some people that have placed orders, and then it ended up going to an address that they don't live there anymore. We get it to them eventually, but it really slows down your ability to get your stamps and your products. And I don't want that to happen to people. So I hope that helps. Chris, the holiday catalogs are going out. You should watch your mailbox, I would say, like in a week to 2 weeks. And you should be getting those. Oh, I got to find the winners. I knew I was forgetting something. So let me get back on here. Okay, let me see. I got to make sure that I get the right person. Okay. The first person who picked the right color is on Facebook is Lindsay. So I will get that out to you, Lindsay. I think I have your address. I see her every day at the bank. She works at the bank. And I need to look on YouTube. It looks like Sue. Lindsay and Sue. Sue, send me a new address so I can send you a card. And then I have, but wait, there's more. I got to get on. It's a good thing these answers are all timed. So no matter, yep, Blackberry Bliss is a favorite, but that's not the color I was asking for. I was asking for Coastal Cabana. Tracy Bortvit, you are the winner on my website. So if you will please send me a message with your address through my email, diane@ddStamps.com, I will get that out in the mail to you. So thanks for playing tonight. I'll check one more time for questions. This is like the last opportunity. And what happens is you guys are lagging behind by just a little. You're welcome, Linz. Hey, Di. You guys lag behind me just a little bit. And so sometimes if you ask a question after I've gone off, it might not actually pop up. So thank you very much. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Hope you learned something. I plan to do another one of these, I believe, on August 11th. Yeah, the storm is lighting up. Isn't it amazing how much lighter it got? It's like sunny. Anyway, I'm sure the sunset is gorgeous. Anyway, I'm going to do one of these next Saturday, August 11th in the morning, and then the following week. So I'm going to try to do Thursday nights and Saturday mornings, and I'm going to try to be consistent with Thursday nights and Saturday mornings for the next couple months. So we'll see. Let's hope I can. The only time that I wouldn't be able to is, of course, the wedding weekend, which is coming up in September, but I wouldn't do it on that Saturday anyway. And anyway, thank you. I hope you guys learned something, and I will speak with you all soon. Have a great night. Bye.